After the overnight flight from Amsterdam, it's plain to see the excitement on people's faces as we arrive at Accra Airport. We were met by Osmond and the local MP, Mr. Jebedi Army.
Everybody happy?
And then after a good night's sleep, it's off in the minibus, a 45-minute journey to the orphanage for our first day's work. Traffic is manic, to say the least. The contrast between rich and poor is always evident. This beautiful home right next door to a shack. An internet cafe in a rundown building. Video games in the slums. Although there were 18 of us crammed into the minibus, we still managed to pick up a few hangers-on literally on the way. One on the back step, one on the side step. But still, after a 45-minute drive, we arrive safe and sound at the orphanage. A quick inspection inside shows there's still a lot of work to do. First of all, it's off with the equipment. And then after a good sweep up and clear out, rub down the walls, ready for the real painting to begin. I'm saying nothing about the amount of talking that went on. Outside, the perimeter wall is being constructed and a new apprentice appears on the job.
It's very warm. I've never chopped before in my life.
There's plenty for everyone to do, hundreds of blocks to be carried. And all of the mortar mixed by hand.
It's hard work, I know that, Rodney. Especially in this weather.
And some people complaining about the tools they've been given.
Mowing the lawn with a machete, I think the better spoil the steel. Make it look good for the kids.
Absolutely.
As you can see, it doesn't have a huge effect. We need a strimmer next time.
Then it's time for a break. Beautiful fresh fruit was brought to us every day. Pineapples, oranges, bananas, and it was a real treat. Cut the top off a coconut and drink the milk. Then break it open and enjoy the beautiful flesh.
Apache. It's good.
Then it's back to work. Doors to paint, ceilings to roller, and finally lunch. We were so well taken care of with food. I think we all put on weight to our away.
How's it going, guys?
Conserving my energy before the big push later.
Later in the afternoon, we were very pleased to see the timber arrive for the construction of the bunk beds. Lizards are everywhere, but you seem to get used to them after a while. Well, by the end of the week, things were looking very different. Bunk beds here completed and installed into one of the bedrooms. Beautifully painted walls, windows, electric ceiling fan and lights, and pretty well ready for the children to arrive. Bathrooms have been tiled, although we're still waiting for the mains water to be connected and for the electricity to arrive on site. And so at the end of the week, the time came to say goodbye to our work colleagues.
Now we have to leave, but we hope, all of us hope, it won't be the last time.
Thank you.
And we look forward to coming back and seeing it finished.
Thank you.
And the children here. So we want to encourage you to keep going.
Thank you.
Good quality work. So make it the best that you can make it.
Thank you.
And
We can do it.
you can do it. You can do it.
Hey! Yeah!
Although we left the orphanage much closer to completion than when we arrived, there's still much work to be done on the site. The foundations you see at the front are for a school building, and the work here needs to be continued as soon as possible. It was a 3-hour drive to visit one of the schools that had received the School in a Box aid which we sent a few months ago. We were completely overwhelmed by the incredible welcome that was given to us. We actually felt like royalty having to inspect the guard of honour that was provided. And then it was off to the hall where 1,300 children had gathered to thank us for the aid which had been sent.
Mr. Chairman, it is our hope and firm belief that the friendship between Breckon Secondary School and our friends from the UK.
The head teacher and the students expressed their grateful thanks for all of the items that had been received.
So I have the singular honor to introduce to you Reverend Rodney Breckon, the head pastor of New Life Baptist Church.
Thank you. In many ways, everyone here and myself, every student, we can be a link. We can be a helping hand wherever we see a need. Really.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who took part in the School in a Box project. And in reality, the honour shown to us on this day was in fact their way of showing appreciation to everyone who made the project possible. So on behalf of Breckon High School, thank you very much to you all. Our next visit was into Jamestown, which is the very poorest area of Accra, where Osmond feels most directly called to minister. We were shocked by the obvious poverty that pervaded throughout the area. People living in unbelievable conditions, many sleeping on bare floors, a dozen or 15 people to a room, one toilet perhaps between several families. And so we came here to join with Osmond for the Sunday morning service. The service lasted 4 hours and 40 minutes in total, but this was a little bit exceptional due to the fact that there were 2 weddings incorporated into the service. On Monday morning, the church hall is transformed into a day school for the children from the Jamestown community. This is one of the schools which again received School in a Box aid, and again a wonderful welcome was given to us by the children.
So he could touch them. His men said to go, but Lord Jesus said no. Put his hands on all and bless them, saying.
We were so thrilled again to see the equipment that had been sent from the School in a Box aid shipment in use by the children here. Rough old forms and desks being replaced by modern chairs and tables. The children's packs, which many of you helped us with, were very gratefully received by the children. Behind this heavy steel door we found the younger children all crowded into a small dark room.
Sorry?
There's no much space, so
You don't have much space?
Many of these children are orphans, and so we are seeking to provide sponsorship for them. Just £15 a month would provide education and food for one child.
those who